Most of us think a liver cleanse means drinking strange juices or buying expensive supplements. But after 60, the real story is that the most powerful support for your hardworking liver comes from gentle, consistent daily habits, not extreme measures. Why does this matter so much right now? Because your liver's health is directly tied to your daily energy, the clarity of your thoughts, and even how steady you feel on your feet. When your liver is running smoothly, you have more stamina for grandkids, feel sharper when managing bills, and can shake off that heavy, sluggish feeling that can creep into the afternoons. In this video, I'm going to walk you through a simple, senior-friendly 7-day liver reset. It's a gentle plan, not a diet. We'll cover exactly how much to drink, which affordable foods to add to your grocery list, a simple mini move to do after your meals, and a surprising tweak to your morning coffee routine that can make all the difference. And please, stay with me to the end. I'm going to share a simple way to check in on your liver health at home and give you access to a free, printable action plan to make this week feel completely effortless. This is all about gentle nourishment, not deprivation. As always, this information is for educational purposes, and it's wise to chat with your doctor before making significant changes, especially if you manage a chronic condition. If you're here looking for ways to feel more vibrant and in control of your health, you are in the right place. Go ahead and click that subscribe button. We're building a supportive community of folks just like us. And while you're at it, let me know in the comments below, what's one thing you'd love to have more energy for this week? All right, let's begin with our 7-day plan. We'll take it one step at a time. Step number 1 is the hydration foundation. Think of this as giving your liver its most essential tool. Your liver is like the most sophisticated filter you can imagine, working around the clock to clean your blood. Water is the fluid that helps this filter flush out all the waste products it has so carefully processed. When we get a little dehydrated, our blood can become thicker and more concentrated. This makes the liver's job much harder, like trying to clean a muddy filter with a trickle of water instead of a steady flow. You might recognize the feeling, waking up with a dry mouth, a dull headache in the afternoon, or feeling a bit foggy-headed. These can often be subtle signs of dehydration. For our 7-day reset, the goal is simple and gentle. Aim for about 6 to 8 glasses of water spread throughout the day. The key is not to gulp it all down at once. Keep a glass on your side table and take a few sips every time you see it. A great tip is to fill a pitcher with your daily goal amount in the morning. Seeing it on the counter is a wonderful visual reminder. If you find plain water a bit boring, try adding a slice of lemon or a few cucumber slices. That little bit of flavor can make it more appealing, and the lemon has the added benefit of gently stimulating your liver's functions. A quick safety note: if you have specific fluid restrictions from your doctor for a heart or kidney condition, please continue to follow their expert advice. Now for step number 2, something many of us enjoy, the morning ritual, or what I call strategic caffeine. You'll be happy to hear that your morning cup of coffee or tea can absolutely be part of a liver-friendly week. In fact, a large body of research suggests that coffee, in moderation, contains powerful antioxidants and compounds that can help protect liver cells from damage and reduce inflammation. But here's the strategic part: the timing is what really matters. Your body has a natural rhythm. In the morning, it produces a hormone called cortisol to help you wake up and feel alert. Later in the day, it needs to wind down so you can get deep, restorative sleep. It's during this deep sleep that your liver does some of its most important repair and cleanup work. The common scenario is enjoying a cup of coffee at 3 or 4 in the afternoon to fight a slump. But that late dose of caffeine can linger in your system for hours, disrupting that crucial sleep cycle. So, for this week, the plan is to enjoy your 1 or 2 cups of coffee or tea before noon. This allows you to get all the liver protective benefits without interfering with your body's natural rhythm. After lunch, if you'd like a warm drink, consider switching to a nice herbal tea like chamomile or peppermint, or simply a cup of decaf. This brings us to a common myth I want to address. For years, you might have heard that coffee is bad for you. And while excessive amounts can certainly cause issues like jitters or poor sleep, we now know that for most people, moderate consumption is linked to better liver enzyme levels and a lower risk of liver disease. It's a wonderful example of how science evolves. The key isn't avoidance, it's mindful moderation and smart timing. Moving on to step number 3, it's time to embrace the bitter. This might sound a little strange, but bitter flavors are like a wake-up call for your entire digestive system, especially your liver. When your tongue tastes something bitter, it sends a signal to your brain, which in turn tells your liver and gallbladder to ramp up the production and release of bile. Let's simplify what bile does. Think of it as your body's personal dish soap. When you eat a meal with healthy fats, like olive oil, avocado, or fish, bile is released to break those fats down into smaller particles that your body can absorb. This is critical for absorbing fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K, which are vital for everything from your vision to your bone health. When bile flow is sluggish, you can feel heavy, bloated, and gassy after meals. So how do you add a little bitter to your life? It's easier than you think. Try adding a handful of arugula or radicchio to your salad. These have a pleasant, peppery bitterness. A small glass of unsweetened grapefruit juice in the morning can also work wonders. Just one important note here. Grapefruit can interact with certain medications, including some statins and blood pressure drugs. So please check with your doctor or pharmacist first if you take any prescription medications. An even simpler, budget-friendly option is a cup of dandelion root tea, which you can find in most grocery stores. You don't need much. Just a little bitterness before or with your meal can make a world of difference in your digestion. This leads us right into step number 4, powering up with sulfur. This is about giving your liver the raw materials it needs to build its most important defense molecule. Certain foods are rich in sulfur compounds, and these are essential for your body to produce something called glutathione. Glutathione is often called the body's master antioxidant. Its main job inside the liver is to find harmful substances like environmental toxins, old medications, and metabolic waste and neutralize them, making them water-soluble so your body can safely excrete them. When we don't have enough of the building blocks for glutathione, this detoxification process can slow down, leaving you feeling tired and run down. It can feel like your body just isn't bouncing back the way it used to. The good news is that sulfur-rich foods are common, affordable, and delicious. We're talking about the allium family: garlic, onions, leeks, and shallots. We're also talking about cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, and cabbage. And don't forget eggs, which are another excellent source. For our 7-day reset, the goal is to include at least one serving of a sulfur-rich food each day. This could be as simple as sautéing some garlic and onions with your scrambled eggs in the morning, or steaming a side of broccoli to have with your chicken or fish at dinner. Even a simple coleslaw made with fresh cabbage counts. You're giving your liver the direct support it needs to perform its vital cleanup duties. If this is making sense and feels doable, a quick click on the subscribe button will make sure you don't miss our next video on improving circulation. Now for step number 5, and it's one of my favorites because it's so gentle and effective, the after-meal mini-move. So often, after a nice lunch or dinner, the first instinct is to head straight for a comfortable chair or the sofa. It feels good in the moment, but it can contribute to that post-meal slump and place an extra burden on your liver. Here's the simple mechanism at play. When you eat, The carbohydrates in your food are broken down into glucose, or blood sugar. A gentle walk right after your meal helps your muscles immediately start using that glucose for energy. This leads to a smaller, more stable rise in your blood sugar. Why is this good for your liver? Because when blood sugar spikes too high, the liver has to work overtime to pull that excess sugar out of the bloodstream and convert it into a storage form of fat. Over time, this process can strain the liver. The mini move is incredibly simple. We're not talking about a power walk or a trip to the gym. We're talking about a 10 to 15-minute gentle stroll. You can do this around your living room, out in your garden, or just down the block and back. The goal isn't speed or distance, it's simply movement. This small habit helps your body use the fuel you just consumed efficiently, improves circulation to all your organs, including your liver, and can dramatically reduce post-meal sleepiness. Next is step number 6, which is about rhythm and rest. I call it the eating window, and it's about giving your liver a much-needed break. Your liver is one of the only organs that works tirelessly 24 hours a day. During the day, one of its main jobs is processing the food you eat. But overnight, its duties shift to focus more on detoxification, repair, and regeneration. If we're snacking late into the evening, right up until bedtime, the liver never really gets to switch over fully to its night shift cleaning duties. It's constantly being called back to the task of digestion. This can disrupt not only your liver's rhythm, but also your sleep quality, leaving you feeling unrefreshed in the morning. This step isn't about restrictive fasting. It's simply about creating a consistent window of time for your entire digestive system to rest. For this week, try to establish a gentle 12-hour break. For example, if you finish your dinner by 7 p.m., you would aim to have your breakfast the next morning around 7 a.m. This gives your liver a full 12-hour period to focus entirely on its vital repair and maintenance tasks without interruption. It's a simple, powerful way to honor your body's natural cycles. And that brings us to step number 7, which I believe is the most overlooked, but arguably the most impactful: mindful reduction. So far, we've talked about all the wonderful things we can add to our week. But this step is about what we can gently reduce to lighten the liver's workload. Think of your liver like a diligent office worker with a very full inbox. The biggest items filling up that inbox are typically 3 things: processed foods high in refined sugars and unhealthy fats, sugary beverages, and alcohol. These substances require a lot of metabolic energy for the liver to process, package, and detoxify. When the inbox is overflowing with these difficult tasks, the liver has fewer resources left for its other 500+ jobs, like managing cholesterol, balancing hormones, and storing essential vitamins. For this 1 week, the goal is not perfection, but one small, mindful swap. It's about making a conscious choice to give your liver a bit of breathing room. This could mean instead of reaching for a soda, you have a refreshing glass of sparkling water with a squeeze of lime. Instead of a packaged pastry, you enjoy a handful of antioxidant-rich berries or a crisp apple. For many, the most powerful change is to reduce or even skip alcohol for these 7 days, allowing the liver to fully catch up on its repairs. This single act of reducing the burden is often the kindest thing you can do for your liver's long-term health. Now that we've covered the 7 steps, let's talk about how you can track your progress and what to discuss with your doctor. This is your mini action plan. First, the at-home check-in. The most important feedback comes from your own body. At the end of this 7-day reset, take a moment to notice how you feel. Is that 3 p.m. energy slump a little less pronounced? Is your digestion feeling calmer and more settled? Perhaps your thinking feels a touch clearer. These subjective feelings are your body's first and most valuable report card. They are real data. Second, When you do see your doctor for routine blood work, there are a couple of key markers related to liver health. They are liver enzymes called ALT and AST. It's very common for these numbers to fluctuate a little bit, so please don't panic if they are slightly outside the normal range on a single test. Many things, from a new medication to a strenuous workout, can cause a temporary bump. The most important thing to ask your doctor is, what is the trend over time? A single data point is a snapshot. A trend tells a story. You want to see that trend being stable or moving in the right, downward direction. And finally, to make all of this incredibly easy to implement, I've created a simple, one-page printable checklist for you. It summarizes these 7 steps, with little boxes you can tick off each day. You can download it for free. The link is at the very top of the description box right below this video. Put it on your refrigerator as a friendly daily reminder. This week isn't about a dramatic, overnight transformation. It's about taking small, powerful, and consistent steps to lighten your liver's immense load. It's about hydrating, timing your coffee, embracing those healthy bitter and sulfur-rich foods, taking a gentle walk, giving your body a rest overnight, and mindfully reducing the things that ask too much of this vital organ. By the end of the week, you may notice a little more energy, a little less bloating, and the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you are actively supporting one of your body's most incredible and hardworking systems. Remember, consistency is your true superpower. For those of you who like to dig deeper into the science, I will link some plain language resources from reputable health institutions in the description below. Now, I would love to hear from you. Looking at these 7 steps, which one feels the most doable for you to try this week? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. Your experience can inspire someone else. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and consider sharing it with a friend or family member who might also benefit from this gentle approach. Every share helps our community of health-conscious seniors grow. Thank you so much for taking this time for your health. Be well, stay curious, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.